Silence your cell phones. Also, a reminder, recording press conference video is prohibited. Please provide your name and media affiliation each time you ask a question during the press conference. We'll have 2 mic runners. Please wait for the microphone to reach you before asking a question. Now joining us are members of the Arkansas Razorbacks, head coach Dave Van Horn, student athletes Wehiwa Aloy, Logan Maxwell, and Zach Root. Gentlemen, congratulations on your victory. We'll open it up with a statement from Coach Van Horn.
I thought it was just a great job by our pitchers tonight. I mean, Zach Root threw 38 pitches a few days ago and threw 87 tonight, only gave up 3 hits and give up a run. Just did a tremendous job. And then, Aiden came in and gave us 3 really good innings. In the last inning, give them credit, they hook a ball down the line, they line out. But other than that, we made a few mistakes and, just a really solid job by our offense, getting on base. And, Wehiwa got the big hit in the first, gave us a little cushion, went oppo and hit it really hard. And then obviously the big 2-out hit off the wall scored another run. And then, they put him on, walked him to get to Maxwell, and he fought off a few pitches, got him a breaking ball and hit it in the gap, scored 2 more. Those are all runs were driven in there with 2 outs. And, that was the separator. Gave us an opportunity to save our bullpen a little bit and, get ready for the next game. Great job.
We'll open it up to questions for the student athletes.
Noah Bieniek, 11.7. I have a question for Wehiwa. Unique situation today. What was the scouting report like facing a guy like Del Vecchio where he hasn't pitched in over 2 months? And then off the bat, did you know you got it? Because it's not easy to go opposite field here at this park.
Yeah, the wind kind of shifted a little bit, and I seen the ball go in there, and I got it pretty good, and I put some runs on for the team, and yeah.
Matt Byrne, Democrat Gazette. Yeah, Zach, for you, I saw that Gage was wearing your windbreaker before the game. Was that something that he just found and put on? Is that something that he asked for from you?
He forgot his jersey at the hotel.
We teach our kids to be honest around here.
Jackson Fuller, Southwest Times Record. Logan, Wehiwa's home run in the first. I mean, how much of a relief, a spark for the team today, given some offensive struggles the first 2 games, and seeing your Golden Spikes nominee kind of get you guys rolling there to start?
Yeah, it gave us a lot of confidence as a group, and it was a big swing, especially in the first inning, and scoring first, and kind of building off of that, and it was pretty good.
Any more questions for the student athletes? We'll take one more.
Zach, what were the emotions the past couple of days, maybe coming off the start against LSU? Did you expect to be back in this situation on the mound so quickly after that? And how good did today feel?
Yeah, I expected it. Hobbs pulled me aside the day after and said, "We're just going to get you back as soon as possible, and you let me know when that is." And I told him I was good to go whenever he needed me. And, it felt great to go out there and, put my team in like a great chance to win. And I mean, Ryder called a really good game, and Zane Becker, he needs a shout out because he just does so much behind the scenes, warming up in between innings, warming up guys in the bullpen, and I mean, he's as big a part of this as anyone else.
Wehiwa, Logan, Zach, thanks for your time. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, we'll open it up to questions for Coach.
Jackson Fuller, Southwest Times Record. Dave, a lot of the big hits tonight were opposite field. Wehiwa, Logan, I mean, it feels like all season that's kind of been a sign of when this team's hitting it best, they're going the opposite way. Is that something you've seen, and what did you like from the team's approach tonight?
Well, I thought they did a great job trying to just stay through the middle of the field, and that leads to hitting the ball the other way. And with some authority, they were just flicking it over second baseman or the shortstop said they were driving the ball, letting the ball get deep and not jumping at the ball, guessing, just seeing it and reacting a little bit. They did a tremendous job.
Jacob Renner, Baseball America. To get the start that you did out of Zach today after it went the way it did the first game, how big is that for you guys?
Well, it was big, playing UCLA, obviously. They They played this morning. Both teams are fighting to continue their season, and for him to go out and give us 5 innings like he did, gave us an opportunity to jump out there a little bit. I think when he came out of the game, we had a 3-run lead going into the 6th, and just really proud of him. Obviously he wasn't happy when I took him out the other day, but just the situation I already mentioned the other day about it, just didn't feel like that we could give up much more, and who they had coming up and who they had on the mound just needed to do something different. And, he went out today and just proved why he's one of the best left-handed pitchers in the country. And, if we get to play long enough, maybe he'll get to pitch again.
No, Bieniek 11.7. Coach, I asked Wehiwa, but I'll go to you as well. How easy, hard may have it been scouting Delvecchio after he hadn't pitched in over 2 months?
Yeah. So you just go off of the video that we have on him from before. You look at the stats. You look at walks to strikeouts. How's he doing against lefties and righties? And actually righties hit him better. And, I think that kind of went that way a little bit. But, yeah, it's tough. But the main thing we do is just do what we do, and that's just try to stay through the middle, make him throw strikes. And, we thought his velocity might be up a little bit since he was pretty well rested. But it was about normal from what we had. I mean, nothing was different than what we talked about in our hitters meeting today.
Matt Byrne, ADG. Yeah, Dave, 3 runs yesterday, 7 today. How do you feel like the offense is progressing, and how do you think it sets you guys up for a rematch?
Yeah, I mean, I think we have a good offense, and we're facing some really good pitching. You just you can't change too much at this time of year. You just try to improve in some areas, and we don't have everybody hitting. Obviously, you could go through it a little bit. I mean, our 9-hole hitters got 5 or 6 hits, and some guys in the middle order they may have maybe 1. We just need to get some guys going if we're going to get through what we need to get through. So. I'm just glad that we scored more runs, and obviously it was a little better tonight to hit in the ballpark. It's not as humid, and wind was blowing different directions, but it wasn't stopping the ball like it was the other day. I think Iredale hit a ball the other day opposite field that would have been out of the park, and it barely made it to the warning track. And but yeah, at this time of year, we're just working on what we do every day and try to put together a good game plan and advance. So here we are.
Coach, you mentioned your 9-hole hitter having 5 or 6 hits in the College World Series. Justin Thomas Jr. is on quite the tear in the College World Series. Can you just talk about maybe seeing him have a little bit of success on the biggest stage of the season?
Yeah, he's a good hitter. He could hit 1 or 2 hole for us. We started him out in 9-hole. We got off to a good start. We're winning. We feel like he's our second leadoff man. He'll take a walk. Fouls off pitches. He can bunt a little bit. Almost got that bunt down today. Just was in the air a little too long. I'm obviously you need production up and down the lineup. So it's really good to see him do what he's doing. He get 4 hits the other night, and I don't know how many he had tonight, but it just seemed like he was always on base. And that last one was a big hit. Gave us that, I think, 7th run, and gave us, like I said, an opportunity to maybe save our bullpen a little bit.
Jackson Fuller, Southwest Times Record. Coach, do you have a pitching plan for tomorrow, and how do you feel about where your arms kind of stand right now? Probably couldn't ask for much better coming out of the losers bracket right now.
Yeah. We don't know who we're pitching yet, honestly. We'll know probably when do we have to turn the lineup in? About hour and 50 minutes for it. Yeah. We have a couple options, obviously, a couple left, a couple right, guys that have started some games this year. And, we're just trying to piece it together tomorrow and see how it goes. But, we're not 100% sure who we're going to throw yet.
Take one more question.
Yeah, Aria Gerson from USA Today. Dave, going forward to face a team in LSU that you've already played several times this season, how do you approach that rematch knowing how familiar you all are with each other?
Yeah, we played them 4 times. We lost in extra innings. They whipped us. We beat them. And then what happened the other night, I remember them all. And the first game finished about 1:15 in the morning. And then we got beat later that day. And then we won on a Sunday, which was a big win for our team, showed a little toughness. And then obviously Anderson pitched extremely well the other day. You just play, you know. I mean, they're really good. They don't have any weaknesses. They got big-time arms. Their top 6, 7 arms all are big-time at this level. And they've got power. They've got some speed. And you know, you just have to pitch well against them, and you got to score. And if we don't score, we'll be in trouble.
That'll conclude our press conference. Coach, we appreciate your time, and we'll see you tomorrow.
All right, thank you.
Hammond Communications will post a recording of this press conference in the NCAA Digital Media Hub.